The best way to start figure drawing is with a model. So it would be going to a life drawing class, and you would do a lot of different quick poses of the model to start, which is called gesture drawing. So you would do 1 minute poses, 2 minute poses, and then you would move into 5 minute poses. I'm going to do a series of how you would start that, but I'm using just something I printed out from the computer of some people, and you can use that to start if you don't have a model. So my first pose, I'm going to put in the line of action just like we learned before. So I'm trying to do it quickly though, and later on we'll do longer figure drawings. Then what I think would be from shoulder to shoulder, where the head is. I'm not pressing hard with the pencil. A shape for the torso. A line for the arm, elbow, hand. A shape for the pelvis. A shape for the thigh. And I'm going to put in some shapes for the arms and leg. And then you're seeing the other arm come up over here. This is small because it's practice, but you can do them bigger. I do recommend doing some practice quick gesture drawings. So I'm kind of happy with that as a start. But I need to, that looks like a stick figure. So I'm going to try to make it look more like a human. And remember, since I'm still going fast, some of these lines may need to be moved, adjusted, or erased. Doing quick, this is more like a 5-minute pose, but doing quick studies for figure drawing can really help. Even though they're quick gesture drawings, they can really help your drawing. But I'm trying to get it more in the shape of a human. I'm using the shapes that I started with to draw darker lines around. And eventually you would erase the lines underneath. So you should practice like some 5-minute poses, some 10-minute poses, some 1-minute poses, and some 2-minute poses. And this is going to just be a lot of practice work. And then you're going to want to practice parts like the hands, the feet, legs, and arms. There's a braid coming down here. And there's some hair back here. And then you're seeing the neck come out here. So you're looking for parts of the body in relation to each other. Okay, I mean, I don't think that's that great, but I'm actually going to get my eraser and erase some of the lines I have underneath and then see what I need to do. But I just wanted to show you how you would start quick drawings with the lines of action. We're going to go into some longer drawings later. But that would be pretty much kind of what you would expect to get in like a 5-minute pose. I'm going to do a couple here just to give you some variety. I'll do probably 2 more. So I'm going to do a standing one. So I'm just looking at the line of action. Okay, I'm going to make a line from shoulder to shoulder, an oval for the head. So this is called gesture drawing, and I'm even slowing it down compared to how fast some people do. A line from hip to hip. Okay. A shape for the torso. A shape for the hips. Actually, let me do the arm first. A line for the direction of the arm to the elbow, and a line from the direction of the elbow to the hand. Okay. Then I'm going to look at the legs. So from hip to knee, knee down, and then here these legs are crossing. Okay. All right, so that's my starting stick figure. I'm going to make some shapes around these lines. Try to get the shape in the right place. A shape for the hand. A shape for the leg, the thigh, and the calf. Okay, I'm going to try and put in the shape of the upper body. And I'm still not pressing that hard because I may be moving stuff around. Okay, let me find the shape of this back area. So see how I'm drawing over the stick figure, and with each layer I'm pressing harder. Okay, that's kind of like layer 2, which is getting to look more like a human. I'm going to go in with the eraser and get rid of some of the lines that I started with, because they're kind of muddying up the drawing right now. So now I'm going to try to make it look a little bit even more like a human. And I'm going to start up here. So I'm going to add in some of the hair. I'm still just working with big shapes, right? This is not a finished drawing that would take like half an hour or more. This is a sketch, a gesture drawing. But I do want to get a little bit more in here. Okay. Do I want to put in, I'm going to put in a little bit, but maybe not that much detail in the face. I'm leaving some of the sketch lines in. So this is just very, very base level beginning where you're kind of getting the main shapes of the figure on the page. Those are the fingers, but I didn't outline them yet. I'm not adding shading to these. In 5 minutes, you wouldn't have time. You would worry about shading later in longer poses. But I am going to try to get these fingers in a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more for this practice one. I may do another gesture video, but just one more for this one. So I'm going to do a sitting person. So remember, standing straight up and down is the easiest. I'm just trying to find the angle. I'm actually going to move this over because it's too close to the other figure. And then I'm going to make a line here and make a line from shoulder to shoulder, a shape for the torso, a shape for the hip, a line from hip to hip, and a shape for the hips, or a shape for the pelvis, a line from leg to knee, and there's another leg here that's kind of sticking up. You can do this with pencil, or you can do it with kind of a piece of charcoal, whichever feels more comfortable to you, or a charcoal pencil. Head is forward. There's hair here. But still, I'm not doing careful, like perfected lines, right? I'm doing quick kind of gesture lines. And when you're doing that, the lines may not be perfect. You may have to make adjustments. So the goal of doing something like this is, this needs to be up more, is to kind of practice, although some people keep these drawings for later, but get everything right in the right place. And then this really helps when you, since if you practice this a lot, if you do series of 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minutes, then you, when you go to a longer pose, you're going to have a lot of like experience in getting things in the right place, right? So that's the goal of this. It's kind of like a warm up for a figure drawing. This is called gesture drawing. But it's a skill that helps your drawing in a lot of ways. So it's not just a warm up, it's a drawing exercise that really helps you because you're just kind of loosely drawing. And then once you're doing that, you're discovering all sorts of things that you're not discovering when you're trying to be perfect, right? Or you're drawing really slowly, trying to get everything in the right place. And actually, this has actually taken probably a little more than 5 minutes each, but like it's not like a full, like blown, like I'll say like 30-minute drawing where we're going to actually really be picky about where we're putting stuff because it may be a finished drawing that you frame, right? Not to say, I know I'm getting on a tangent here, not to say that you wouldn't frame one of these. Okay, let me erase some of the lines underneath. So in this, like the hand can be a circle. It doesn't have to be, finished. But I think that's the best I can do for this one. And I'm